Hello and welcome. Tonight we will be discussing the teeter-totter effects of women. Again, the teeter-totter effects of women. So if anyone out there doesn't know what a teeter-totter is, it's a playground piece of equipment where it's basically a straight bar with two seats on the end. When one seat's up, the other one's down, and vice versa. So you would work together as a team to go back and forth, back and forth. Well, with today's women, they don't want to work with you as a team, and they don't want relationships to work. They want them to fail. That's why they put more effort starting a new relationship before they're even done with the one they're in, than repair the relationship they're still a part of. That's just female nature. And the only one who can change that is the Lord Jesus Christ. And when He comes back, I'm sure He'll help to change female nature. But until then, just count on women to be women. And it shouldn't surprise you when they flake on you for no reason apparent or teeter-totter. Because if there's no drama, you can count assured that the woman will create the drama, create the chaos and the confusion. Because out of chaos, she can bring her order. It's very similarly to the New World Order Bilderberg elite mentality, where they have a philosophy also of out of chaos create the order. Because they know in great crises that you can get away with things you normally couldn't do. So the more drama and theatricality the woman puts into going overboard on whatever it is, it draws more. She has more play. And the best way to keep a woman from not cheating on you is to never to commit with her to begin with. She can't cheat on you when you don't commit. So the teeter-totter effect is, let's say you are not even in a, let's say you're talking to this, cute girl. If anything happens, fine, but if not, no big deal. Let's say you're talking to her and, you've been talking here and there for, 2 months, 2.5, and then all of a sudden she just stops answering your calls, texts, her tone of voice is different towards you. Well, odds are that's because the first 3 months is usually the best she's ever going to treat you. Unless you got a quality woman, and them are, few and far between. And if she is a quality woman, she's already married by now. So it's very similar to how the Bible says, who can find a woman, a virtuous woman? It says only the man who has the favor of the Lord on him. And other than that, it's not, finding a quality woman in today's world is not searching for a needle in a haystack. It's searching for a needle in a field of haystacks. Okay? So these videos are uploaded to let you know how to educate you men on female nature. These are the things that I, wish my father would have taught me. But he didn't know, unfortunately. And his dad didn't know. And his dad didn't know. So the same wrong ideas and beliefs about women were passed down in my family from generation to generation to generation. But all that bullshit stops with me. Now we're starting a new direction in this family, where we know what women are. We don't reject them for it, but at the same time, we don't accept them for it. We just trust that women will be women, and when they are a woman, we shouldn't be surprised, because that's what they are after all at the end of the day. So the teeter-totter is, if things are going too smooth and peacefully, if she's a damaged woman, most damaged women get their entertainment out of watching other people argue on the television. They find strife and chaos and disorder. They're entertained by it. So if you decide to get into a relationship with them, and after a few months now they start getting bored with you, as it eventually will happen, guess what she's going to do? For her own entertainment, and for only her own entertainment, she'll create disorder, confusion, chaos, start arguments, complaints, imaginary injustices, and you as the man will be like, where is this coming from? Well, when you understand the female mind, they thrive in that atmosphere. As a fish swims in water, so women thrive in chaos and confusion and disorder. It's their specialty. And that's what they will go back to by default if they are a damaged woman. Because that's their way of bonding with people, as jacked up as that sounds. They will purposely try to get you to argue with them, and they will get mad at you for not arguing with them, because that's just how they interact with people. Like look at women, the old saying, women know other women and they hate each other, so that's all I need to know, kind of thing. Well, it's like that. Women, they're always the exception. See, that's the thing. They can point out demons and faults in other women, but not in themselves when they have those same faults, and they're too blind to see it. They're always the exception to the rule. And the average woman today, the average woman built or raised up here in the United States, the Western Hemisphere, have this entitlement mentality on her that the world just owes her everything because of the hole, between her legs. No, nobody owes you nothing. And the saying is true, you can have anything if you work hard for it, but women don't want to work hard for it. They want to find a hard-working man and then ride his coattails into the divorce court, and thereby taking the man's hard-earned wealth and money just because of the hole between her legs, or what she thinks is the golden vagina. Because once you had her vagina, you'll forget about all the other billions of vaginas out there and commit to this. Because women make the false assumption that where a man's sexual desire lies, that's where he wants to commit. And that is not true in many, many cases. I'd say it's more true in more cases than it isn't. So she thinks, because she spreads her legs and gives up the sex, because remember, women are the gatekeepers of sex. They determine if it happens or it doesn't. You, as the man, determine if a relationship happens or if it doesn't. And if she puts out on the first few dates, I ain't saying not do it, but I'm saying don't commit to her, because it's that easy for another man to get with her if you were to commit to her. It ought to be like, what can I say? Let's go back to the original topic of this video, the teeter-totter effect. So the teeter-totter is, let's say she's a damaged woman, like most are. Most single mothers over 30. And two, let me specify this. When I say single mother, I'm talking about a woman who's been riding the CC, the cot carousel, from her early teens onward, and she has 5 different babies from 5 different men. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a woman who, let's say, was married 20 years. Her husband went off to war in the military and died. She ain't damaged goods. Sure, she's going to be mourning the loss of her husband, but she wasn't riding the CC. So you see the difference? All right, just thought I'd point that out. Because happily married women agree with MGTOW in our philosophy and the things we propound, because they know it's true. They know other women are like that. And most happily married women can't have single women friends, because all those single women friends are trying to do is destroy their happy marriage, because they thrive on chaos and disorder. That's just how it is. So don't be surprised after her flaking on you after things were going smooth sailing and you thought you were smooth and sailing right into where you wanted to be, and then she'll flake on you because it's drama. They just want to rent space in your head. So you as a man, don't let them. And I strongly advise you men that a woman, or women in general, should never be in your top 5 priorities. Never, okay? I don't know what your top 5 priorities are, and quite frankly, if women ain't part of the top 5, I don't care. But here's my personal top 5 priorities. So you can follow these if you'd like. You don't have to, but they work for me. And you keep women out of your top 5 priorities, and things are always in alignment. Priority number 1 is my relationship with God, with the Creator, the big man, whatever you want to call him. I'm not talking about going to the state-run church on the corner Sunday morning and listening to wrong doctrine. I'm talking about a relationship, talking with them. When you pray, that's you talking to God. When you read the Bible, it's God talking to you. So that's my first priority, because without that in line, everything else is off. My second priority is my relationship with me. We do have a relationship with ourselves, and that's what many people fail to realize. And so you got to evaluate the woman. How is her relationship with herself? Because if she doesn't get along with herself, she's not going to get along with you. So again, my second priority is my relationship with myself. Priority number 3 for me is my mental health, and my physical health. I'm getting back in shape. Eventually, probably get back on the bodybuilding stage, but it's more about not being in shape so I can taunt it. It's so I can have a longer and healthier life. Longevity. Bodybuilding is the fountain of youth. So my third priority is my mental health. I read a lot of books. And my physical health. I do a lot of exercises. Weights, cardio, outdoor things. That's priority number 3. Priority number 4 is my life goals. What do I want to do with my life? Not what do my parents want me to do with my life. Not what does my best friend want me to do with my life. What do I personally want to do with my life? That's priority number 4. And just so you know, marriage is not a real life goal. So because that's the stealthiness behind it. If marriage, if you think that's a lifetime goal or one of your life goals, that's stealthily sneaking a woman up into priority number 4, isn't it? So goals, I'm talking besides marriage. Would you like to start a business? Would you like to own a gym? Would you like to own a retail store? Whatever it is, do it. And give yourself to it, because whatever you put into anything is what you get out of it. And these women, today's women, are not putting anything into relationships, but literally they're getting everything out of it if it's a marriage. So that's priority number 4. My 5th priority is my happiness. You understand? My happiness. And then after that, priority number 6, let's say it's women. So the point is, don't ever have women in your top 5 priorities. And don't ever put a woman above your happiness. If you're talking with her and you notice she's starting to drain your creativity and your energy, and she just likes renting space in your head, get rid of her. Because if she's already draining that happiness, don't ever give up your happiness for a woman. A woman should add to your life, not take away from it. And if she takes away from it, you need to take her out of your life. So that concludes tonight's video on the Teeter-Totter Effect of Women. I hope you've enjoyed it and that you like this style of communication. It's just straight up. So like the video, subscribe, share it, and be sure that there'll be more creative content on the way.